So I'm here in Montenegro on a very interesting AI conference, and I met a very interesting gentleman. 1.5 years ago, we moved to ClickUp. With ClickTip, we made an independent review, and we ended up using ClickUp because it's just a great piece of software. So if you have anything to do with productivity, what they're building now with the AI agent is just absolutely amazing. And then I'm listening to different people, and then comes this gentleman on the stage with an amazing energy. And I think you're just a really, really interesting person, very admirable entrepreneur. So for our German audience, I was able to get him here in this beautiful club to answer me some questions. And one of the questions that I would like to ask you, Chris, is you made ClickUp, just to give some context, I think you founded it like 8 years ago?
9 years ago.
9 years ago. And now the company is making how much annual return?
We're over 300 million. I can't say the exact number, over 300 million ARR.
So 300 million US dollars per year in revenue, which is an absolutely amazing result. So a lot of people that I'm working with, they are either at the 0 to 1 million level, or at the 1 to 5 million level, or at the 5 to 20 million level, and beyond that is usually, they somehow figure it out. But what would you say? What is the most important tasks for people between the 1 and 0, the 0 and 1 million level? What you need to focus on, and how do you get to the 1 million level?
I got this all day long. It's one of my favorite times of business. I miss this a lot. The 0 to 1 is just be very scrappy. Look for any opportunity you can to get customers. Get customers, love your customers, listen to your customers. So we were giving ClickUp away free. We weren't charging you at the beginning. We were just giving it away because we wanted people to use it. We wanted to learn from them. Then when we did, we would write 1 question surveys, maybe 2. And we'd say, what would make ClickUp perfect for you? What would make you never leave ClickUp? We do this every other week and say, hey, we're thinking about doing this. We're thinking about doing that. What do you think about that? And then we get real feedback very fast. And then I also recommend you ship very fast. Just build. Don't worry about bugs. Just build. Talk to your customers. And then from the 0 to 1, that's when you really need to play around. Then once you get to 1, this stuff start getting attention. So it was SEO. Now it's you need to find a way to be shown by AI. Right. So you need to start getting people talking about your product. And if you need to give your product away free, whatever you need to do, you need to do that. You need to also look for customers. So for us, we built a tool that would find customers who ever left a 2-star or below review on our competitors, right? So now I know they're hot. I know they don't like the software they're at. I know they're looking for a new tool. So that's what I did there. So make sure you're scrappy as can be. Make sure you're getting some attention, making some noise, but loving your customers.
Right. Great. Thank you very much. And from the 1 to the 5 million level, how the role as a founder changes, what you should not do anymore, and what should you be focusing on to get to the 5 million level?
Everything changes from here. I think you need to really focus on hiring. From here, this point, you got some money now. Now you need to get some really key people. You need to get some people who are going to be with you for a long time, who are going to buy in, who are going to work late nights. Because if you want to get to 1 to 5 million, it doesn't come easy. Like the first millions are very hard. But then I don't want to say it gets easier, but it just gets different, right? So you really need to get good people in place. You need to get systems in place. You need to look at everything. And now you have AI, you have automation. So look at everything you have. Find ways you can automate it even better. And then you need to start running ads. At this point, you need to start running ads. You need to start finding predictable revenue. So what I mean by that is something if we put X amount in, you're going to get Y amount back. Until you start learning predictable revenue, it's going to be hard for you to go raise. Because at this point, maybe you should start looking to go raise money to go get more. But you need predictable revenue to do that. So say, okay, I know that my YouTube channel, every time we spend X amount on it, we get X amount back on ads or on influencer marketing. You need to test all your channels, very small, very scrappy, and then learn the data, obsess over it, and then really double down on what works. And then from there, start looking for the next millions.
Yeah. I remember there was a very, very interesting ad from you, which is like the firing of, I think it was, the firing of Jira. This ad is just genius. I really love it. Was it your idea?
Yeah, I think it was my idea. I think it was one of those things where not everyone loved it, right? Like at the beginning, people were like, this is a little crazy. Like, we're going to talk about our competitors. I love this stuff, though. Our CEO loves it. Luckily, the real genius of ClickUp is Zeb, and Zeb is always cool with these ideas. Even though he's a developer and he's product guy at heart, he really is always cool with those running ideas like this. So there's nothing cool to see him allow us to run with this, and it really worked because Jira's not going to say anything about us, right? They're not going to bring us up because then all their users will know us. So they just stay quiet, and we make fun of them, and a lot of people do hate Jira. And we even bought the domain, the phone number 1-800-JIRA-SUCKS, JIRASUCKS.com. We did all that. We made a whole domain, and we brought leads from it. So I say get aggressive, like have an enemy, because people like to get behind someone cool and new who has a common enemy.
Right, cool. So, all right, so you make ads work and hire the key people. That is like to come from the 1 to the 5 million level. Now from the 5, let's say, to the 10 million level. What was your, if you remember, like that's probably like 7 years ago?
Yeah.
or like 6 or something like that. What did you do to come to the 10 million level?
For us, it was a lot of SEO. It was a lot of SEO. So it's not going to really value them, but the SEO did help us a lot, like being ranking on these different tools and these sites, like getting on Capterra, GetApp. So now let's say the lesson I have is not the same that you need now. Like now, let's say really good. Make sure people are like finding you via AI. Make sure you're seen. I think that's the key. Like make sure people can find your tool. Like position yourself as the new hot tool, right? Because now at this point you're kind of new in the space. You're coming up. Your big competitors are noticing you, right? So you need to attack them and make everyone know that you're the new hot person coming into the space. You're the one who wants to compete. I think that's your next step.
That's great. All right, and then you came from the 10 to what would you say with the
10 to 100. I think for 10 to 100 is really dialing in. You got to dial in your ads. You got to dial in your growth. So understand every time you spend even stronger now. Now you've got money you've probably raised by now, or you've got money to spend. Now you need to really, really hyper focus on how to grow, and then you also need to get a better product. Your product's got to be better than your competition. So you need to get really good developers, really good like engineers, architects who can build a different type of product that your competitors can't have. You need to really start to attack them, build faster than they are, and be aggressive. But a lot of this from 10 to 100, I wish some was a lot if we was really dialed in our ads. We got really great at it.
Right. Okay. And can you say something like from a 100 to a 300, did something change there? Like what is the different level on that?
I think there is getting amazing people in place. I think it was really building a sales team. From there, we really went heavy in sales. And that's when you go enterprise, you go up market, you start going after whales rather than like 3 and 10 person companies. And so you have to retransform your whole team. And you have to start learning the enterprise game. You start learning how to get, from 100K deals to $1 million deals. And that's the only way you're going to get to 300 mil. So that's when you really start, go get a good CRO, go get a good sales team, dial in your BDRs, make double the calls, etc.
So if I understood correctly, that you were always like the team with Zeb, right?
Yes.
So you are like the marketing, the outgoing, the extrovert type of person, and probably Zeb is more like the introvert product type of person.
Yeah, I mean Zeb's a little bit extroverted too, but yeah, I think there's me, him, Alex Rakowski, and Wes. Wes is more operations organized, Alex is more engineering, Zeb is more product, I've been more of the sales and marketing. In the early days I was sales, I closed our first big deals, and I moved to marketing. It's now I'm just the face, and I do a lot of talking and events like this.
I can tell that you are really good at that.
Yeah, I love it. It's easy for me.
Right. Last question to you. I know that your time is very precious. What were the most expensive mistakes that you made at ClickUp?
Hiring incorrectly. I think the biggest mistakes we made was when we first got some money. One, like spending on too many big things like Super Bowl commercials, things like that. And also I'd say it's like going and we hired hired people at these major companies thinking they would fit in, but they didn't. Because we're still hustling as a phase. I think you don't need to just go hire like expensive people from expensive companies. There's other ways of going about it. So I think be careful who you hire still. Just hire people who are still scrappy. Don't just go hire the expensive people.
All right, so if you made that mistake, then I don't have to feel bad that I made the same mistake.
We all make that mistake, so it's all good.
Right. And yesterday I asked you already this question, but I think it will also be valuable for our audience. Like, if you build ClickUp again from scratch, with what you know today, what would you do differently?
I would just make content earlier. Make content on everything I'm doing. I'd have a camera in front of us at all times. There's no reason not to. You need a camera in front of you at all times. All this content is valuable. It's beautiful, especially in the early days, and you're going to wish you had it. So that's the one thing I think I changed. The rest, I like what we did. I like the journey we went on, and even if it wasn't perfect, I think we needed to get to where we are, and we learned lessons. So I would just say I want to make more content.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
And just a final question. AI. How is ClickUp using AI, and what are your most important takeaways from that?
ClickUp, we use AI heavy at the company. Everyone has to use AI or else you're in trouble. So you got to use AI. You got to be efficient. I think look for anything. Every single week you should audit yourself, and you should ask AI, what could you do for me that I'm doing right now? Every single thing you're doing, you should ask. And then for ClickUp, what we're doing with AI is we have all the context. So we have one place where you can live. So since you use ClickUp, you know this. Right now, you don't have to go load things into Claude because you can just use Claude through ClickUp. Right? It's so easy. And if you want to go use Hicksfield, you can use it through ClickUp. If you want to go use Bright Data, you can use it through ClickUp. With our MCPs, you can now do anything. So we are your work above the work. We're your data layer that has everything you need, where you can wake up, you can check how everyone's moving, and you can move faster, and you can move with every other tool you have without leaving one place. So it's very easy. You don't have to switch, no context switching. You stay focused, you stay locked in, and you can move in any way you want, faster, more easy.
Chris, thank you very much. That was very, very helpful. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.